Welcome, welcome, welcome. Part of our interview series, not exactly full interviews, but at least a question, a pivotal question backing up other research or contradicting it from experts who have studied this topic in detail. With us today, or not with us, but we're going to be talking about our conversation with TJ Weber, a professor of marketing at Calpoly. That's TJ Weber. He works at the Orphalia College of Business, the indisputable leader in experiential business education. TJ Weber is an associate professor of marketing in the Orphalia College of Business. TJ earned a BS in marketing in the Sisler College of Business at Northern Michigan University and an MBA from Marquette University and a PhD in marketing from the Carson College of Business at Washington State University. TJ's research focuses on understanding social problems and developing solutions via pro-social marketing. This is the paper that TJ was part of. Political polarization, challenges, opportunities, and hope for consumer welfare, marketers, and public policy in Sage Journals. And this is what the study was about. So political polarization is a marked political division in the population characterized by multiple manifestations. The authors argue that it can affect consumer psychology, which in turn influences marketers, policymakers, and consumer welfare. The present work introduces the construct of political polarization to the marketing literature and shows how it serves as a novel challenge for various marketing stakeholders. For consumers, the authors propose that political polarization increases the salience of political identities, alters inter- and intra-group dynamics, and amplifies cognitive biases. For consumers, the authors propose that political polarization increases the salience of political identities, how hardcore you view yourself as a Republican or a Democrat, alters inter- and intra-group dynamics. Hey, I don't hang out with you, wife, because you no longer support my politics, and amplifies cognitive biases. All Democrats are pedophiles and enemies of the state. These effects negatively affect consumer welfare, including financial welfare, relationships, mental and physical health, and societal interests, like recognizing elections were free and fair together, something Americans used to do. For marketers, polarization introduces a challenge to both be more socio-politically engaged while also navigating competing political interest. So this is the conversation. I just want to ask you one question. Do you think political polarization has increased or decreased since you wrote this paper? The paper is a few years old. It depends on what you mean. Effective polarization and perceived polarization have likely went up. Not sure there are changes to divert or consistent polarization. Oh, not sure there are changes to divergent or consistent polarization. So effective and political polarization have gone up. Effective is people making decisions because of polarized thinking. Perceived polarization is individuals believing that they live in a more biased country against them. Both individuals think there's more polarization, and he has seen more governments make polarized decisions, decisions based upon polarized thinking. There's not a lot of evidence for divergence as is, meaning people are probably more polarized emotionally, but I'm not sure their views have changed on policy issues. So he contradicts in one of the other studies we had where it was showing that there's a difference in how states pursue policies, and it's changed since the 2000s. Weber saying people are emotionally more polarized for sure. I'm not sure there's a divergence between where Republicans stand on an issue or Democrats stand on an issue. So Republicans and Democrats might typically be as divergent from each other as they've been for the last couple of decades. But definitely, people are more emotionally polarized, which might be all it takes for bad things to happen. So technically, people may not be polarized on actual political issues in the past, but they are definitely more emotionally polarized than in the past. That is what TJ Weber said. And that was from his study. So a little bit more ammunition. He looked at polarization. He studied it for a couple of years. He looked at it from a marketing focus, but he had to say that definitively in the last couple of years since his research was concluded, people's emotionality, the intensity of their emotions has definitely gone up from the time that he wrote this report. So he wrote this report a few years ago. He was saying polarization is already bad. And then I asked him, has it improved or decreased since then? Oh, it's gotten worse. Since it was already bad enough for me to write my paper, it's gotten worse, and definitely emotionally. Maybe not a policy divergence, but people are way more emotionally polarized than they were just a few years ago, and it was already bad then. Okay. We'll have more for you.